Man, ladies and gentlemen, I was just okay. So this is gonna be a bit of a different video. Shout out to all my people as usual, man. Shout out my Patreon members, my YouTube members, and my subscribers. You guys are awesome. And so now we got something more California focused. Now there's this area in Compton where I feel like in Compton there's a lot of dog breeders. First of all, you know what I mean? You see it a lot. You know, they're breeding pit bulls. Like, I feel like pit bull is dog number one. And first of all, I love dogs. And this video is about dogs specifically. Now, there was this dog breeder who got mauled by his group of dogs. And they just tore his ass apart. Like, it was 13 dogs. And they had to euthanize 13 of them. 13 for 13. They ripped bro apart. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a little snippet of what's actually happening. It happened out in Compton, but I just want you guys' opinion. For all the new people who are tapping into this video, I want you guys' opinion also. Like, what caused this? Do you think the dogs randomly just attacked this guy after he just feeds them every day and does what he does, or do you think he was abusive? Whatever your opinion is. Now, let's go ahead and check this out.
A pit bull breeder is savagely mauled to death by the very dogs he was raising in Compton.
His mutilated body was found inside a blood-stained kennel on his property. KTLA's Chris Wolf joins us live from Downey with details about the gruesome discovery. Chris?
Yeah, Cher and Court, gruesome discovery indeed. Veterinarians here at the LA County Animal Control Center in Downey have been working with these pit bulls. We understand they have been sent out for DNA testing. Authorities believe the victim was actually killed sometime last night, maybe around 7:30, 8 p.m., and his body was in that dog pen for hours until his girlfriend found him this morning.
Now, what the fuck? Was she at work? Were they arguing? Why didn't she find him that night? This is their yard, and I know it's allowed. Damn, look how much land they have for a place in LA. That is crazy. I guess it's Compton, man. You get cheaper ass areas because that is crazy. I've never seen a yard that big. Well, where I am, I guess there's no yards at all. But anyway, my question is, how did she only find him the next day? Like, you don't check in with your man that you live with? Like, I'm not blaming her. I'm just curious on her. That's all I'm saying. Just a little curiosity on why she didn't know. And maybe they could have helped him if, you know, she found him that same night. But again, we don't have much of the story. We just know they attacked him.
Sky 5 was overhead as a woman frantically scales a fence, trying desperately to avoid some very agitated and apparently dangerous dogs on the ground below her. They have already killed her boyfriend, whose ravaged body is just feet away. The deadly pit bull attack happened at a home on North Thorson Avenue in Compton. Investigators say the woman discovered the gruesome scene Friday morning in the backyard and called 911.
There is surveillance footage of the incident or surrounding the property, and it was discovered that as our victim was in the backyard apparently feeding them, it sounds like they attacked him, and ultimately he succumbed to his injuries.
Law enforcement.
Now, I know dogs are packed animals. If they saw him as the leader of the pack and one of the dogs challenged him, I feel like that would be different because all the other dogs, I don't think they're going to jump in. But if the dogs hate you for some reason, that's when I feel like they'll actually attack, because dogs challenge their owners all the time. If you show them who's boss, like mentally, not physically, I feel like there's never really a problem. You do that from young. They have a little attitude or whatever, and you just grow them up, letting them know who's in control. But I don't know. Again, you guys let me know. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, pit bulls are just dangerous dogs. No, dogs don't do this. You know, a golden retriever can attack somebody. I've seen a golden retriever fuck somebody up. So, I mean, it's not the dog breed, in my opinion. I know the dogs are specifically bred to be strong, but I think something must have happened. You guys let me know.
Enforcement personnel, firefighters, and LA County animal control officers quickly converged at the location. First responders say the initial challenge was to corral the dogs into a neighboring yard to gain access to the victim. The graphic footage, which we will not be revealing, shows the dogs ripped off most of the 35-year-old man's clothes, in addition to fatally biting and mauling him. Neighbors and animal advocates are stunned.
People need to take better care of their dogs. People need to understand that these dogs can kill somebody and hurt people.
It should have never happened. This time it happened to the owner of the dogs, but normally it happens to children, elderly, defenseless people.
No, that's true. When he said children, elderly, I have 9 scars in my head, all across my head. I have dreads, so you can't see it, obviously. But I have 9 long-ass scars from a dog that attacked me when I was like, what, 10, 11, some shit like that. Dog knocked me down and started fucking me up. Like, thank God he didn't get to my face. I fell down forward, so he got to the back of my head. I just think every time, like, if I landed on my back, I would have been a different person. I would have been, if I survived, I would have had a different set of circumstances in life. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, if I pull my hair to the side and you look in, you'll see thick ass, long ass scars. Some of the scars even bleed up to today. Like if I scratch my head and I hit like a little scar, it's the skin, the way it healed back is weird. If you guys have head injuries, I think everything on the head kind of heals back kind of weird because I don't know, that's just my experience with it. But yeah, shit. But imagine them going after a grown ass man, not a kid, because I was a kid, you know. Maybe he just thought I was a pushover and whatever the dog was thinking. But for them to go after their owner, their master, or their squad leader, you know, they're not their squad leader, like their pod leader, in their heads, there had to be a level of hatred there.
And somebody definitely needs to be held accountable for this. There has to be some kind of law and order here.
Animal control officers removed 13 pit bulls from the property, male and female, 5 adults, 8 puppies. Investigators are collecting DNA swabs and forensic evidence, trying to determine which dogs actually attacked and killed the victim. Experts will be examining the dog's general health and behavior and aggression. If any animal is determined to be unsafe for human interaction, it will be euthanized. And one man who does a lot of plumbing work in that neighborhood tells us that he has seen some pit bulls running loose in the streets and that, quote, they are not to be messed with.
Chris.
All right, now I'm just saying, like, you know, you see a random pit bull in the street, yeah, don't go over and pet it. But, and again, kennels, you know, you have a kennel in the city of LA, like, or you have in LA County, right? You know, your dogs might get out. There may be some mishaps. I can't blame him for the dogs getting out. Sometimes, like, I've had dogs, you know, shit happens. You have 13 of them. Listen, you know, shit happens. Okay. But if it was like a reoccurring thing and there was like some neglect there, I'm sure they'll do a bit of an investigation. If there was some neglect there, I'm sure that's what caused it. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue and see who the man actually was who got attacked.
Friday, tragedy in a backyard. A 35-year-old father, Dominic.
That was bro right there. Some pretty babies too. Damn, bro. Damn, imagine the dogs got you. That's crazy.
Cooper killed by his dogs.
He has 3 beautiful little girls, and so I really want to just let everybody know he wasn't malicious with the dogs in any way. He really did care for these dogs. He was selling the dogs to make money.
13 pit bulls, 8 of them puppies, were taken by Animal Care and Control. This was the report last week.
Our victim was in the backyard, apparently feeding them. It sounds like they attacked him, and ultimately he succumbed to his injuries.
Glenda Ford says she's Cooper's friend from high school. Says he lost his life when 2 of the dogs started fighting.
He stepped in between the dogs, and that's when the dog grabbed onto his thigh and, you know, clamped on an artery, trying to fight another adult dog. And he tried to, you know, stop the bleeding, and he, stumbled back to the kennel and just laid down, but because the dog had bit an artery, he ended up bleeding out.
Fox 11 News has learned that
Oh, hold on. Shit. Well, that's her. That's her story. You know what I mean? Again, I don't think most people who own dogs, man, I don't think he was abusive. If he was, I'm sure an investigation will show. But that's one thing when dogs are fighting, man, like take this scenario. Have you ever been walking home from school, walking home from work, wherever, and there's two dogs in that yard and they both start barking at you viciously? It's like one of them dogs, all right? They're barking, they don't like you, they hate you, whatever. And if you ever see they cross paths with one another, maybe they bump into each other and then they just start fighting each other, and then they get back to fighting at you, and then it's like he might bump into him again, and then they start biting and arguing and fighting each other. They might bite one another, and then back on you. Dogs are kind of fucking stupid when it comes to that. I've seen that multiple times. 2-3 dogs, they see you, they start arguing, barking at you, one bump into the other one or something like that because they're so amped up, they just start fighting and biting. So if it was one of those situations where he stepped in, first of all, don't step in, bro. I don't care how much you think you know the dog. Don't step in. Stick a finger up their booty hole, or, I mean, water won't help. Let them do their thing, bro. And I say the finger up the booty hole because that apparently makes dogs like just abort everything they're doing because, whoa, what are you doing behind me? You know what I mean? Like, what is this inserting itself into me? I mean, I think that would stop any fight. But don't step in between two giant pit bulls, bro. That you're asking to get hurt. You're asking to get hurt. They don't know how to crowd control. When they see red, they just be seeing red. They're just angry. You got to move right.
dogs have been euthanized. Neighbors had reacted this way.
He was breeding them for a living, which is very, very sad.
They could have hurt one of us or one of these kids walking home from school. That is a horrible way to go.
Cooper's father has set up a GoFundMe page to support the three daughters. What would you want to say?
Damn, bro. Anyways, y'all go to the GoFundMe if that's what you guys want to do. I'm gonna leave it there for the end of this video. It's not sponsored or anything, but it's just like, you know, people like, yeah, support if you feel like it. That's crazy though, man. I mean, shit. You could get taken away any day by anything. By anything, bro. And this, for him, it was a gang of dogs. Shit. Anyways, people, I love you guys, man. You guys let me know in the comments what you feel about this. About dogs in general. Dogs around your kids. Dogs, you know, dogs as a business. Breeding them. You know, all that good stuff. I want to see a healthy discussion down there in the comments. But until then, y'all, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Stay inside. Stay safe. Tell everybody about this channel. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.